It's that time of year once again where we choose our insurance coverage for the next calendar year. And a lot can change in 12 months, from our finances to our medical needs and the options that are available to us. It can be a little overwhelming to handle all on our own. But licensed healthcare broker MJ Johnson joins us via Skype to help us out with this year's open enrollment. Thanks for joining us, MJ. Great to see you.
Thank you. It's wonderful to be back. See your smiling face.
Well, I'm smiling because I know I'm going to be getting some good information here in what is often a confusing time of year. So let's start first. Remind us some of the important definitions. What is the difference between an agent and a broker?
Okay. Normally, an agent is a person who is employed by a company, and they are dedicated to that company and to sell only their products. A broker, such as myself, will be appointed with numerous companies, such as I'm with 50 different companies. So you apply to be able to sell their coverage. And that's the main difference. I'm dedicated to my clients, not to any company.
I love that. It sounds to me like you have more flexibility to find us the right type of coverage for our specific needs, which is, it makes us all feel a little bit better, I think. Now, explain why this time of year is always so important. Explain the open enrollment period.
Okay, your open enrollment period is from October 15th to December 7th. Open enrollment, most people get very confused thinking this is the only time that they can make any changes to anything. It really targets those that are on the Affordable Care Act. It also targets those that are on Medicare who have a current plan and they want to change, such as they want to change their drug plan for 2021, or they realize that the supplement that they chose earlier it no longer meets their needs, or it's too expensive for whatever reason. So that's what open enrollment is for. Open enrollment does not apply to the private sector. So if you're not on a government plan, then you can get insurance any time of the year. Well, 7 days a week.
That takes a lot of the stress of that deadline, supposed deadline, off of us if we're looking at private coverage. Now, tell me what happens. So we make this choice in open enrollment. What if we lose our coverage at some point during the year for any number of reasons?
Oh, and that's happened a lot this year. Especially my heart goes out to all of those who lost their coverage due to COVID-19 and everything that's happened economically across the country. All they need to do is call me. We'll do an interview, and I can find them coverage that meets their physical and their financial needs. There is an out, so they shouldn't have to worry. Will they have the exact same coverage? Probably not, because they won't be able to afford it, but they will have some, which is better than nothing.
Oh, absolutely. And I think that also eases a little bit of the stress of thinking, if I lose it, I can't enroll again. That's a very common myth, I understand. So if you have a change in coverage, you can then enroll in new coverage at that time.
Correct. You won't be able to enroll 100% into the Affordable Care Act. This is where people will see the term SEP, Special Enrollment Period. You have to meet certain qualifications to do that. Losing your job is not one of them.
Oh. Now, you mentioned moving.
Moving is moving, having a baby is another, so on and so forth. So there's about 5 or 6 different special enrollment that you could do for the Affordable Care Act.
Now, I want to circle back real quick because you did mention Medicare. What about the Medicare Advantage enrollment? What do people need to know?
Medicare Advantage enrollment, their open enrollment period really is January 1st to the 31st of March. So if I had a Medicare Advantage plan and I decided that I wanted to change it, possibly I have one that has no drug coverage and now I want one with drug coverage, that's the time period that you can do it. Also, that's the time that if you choose not to stay on Medicare Advantage and you would prefer to go back to regular Medicare, you can do it at that time. Most companies prefer also that you go ahead and send it in writing that you want to eliminate or opt out of that plan.
Boy, you know, it gets overwhelming, but it does feel better to have it broken down by an expert like yourself. And it does remind us that there are options, but there's no reason to stay overwhelmed. We can reach out to you for help. You can get more information about any of your healthcare solutions by visiting MJ's website. That is mjjohnsonconciergecoverage.com. We'll be right back.